Trying to figure out how to get the Denali CAN bus controller on my Harley. I'm gonna flip this around and give you an idea of how I'm planning to do it. So this is the rear of the bike. This light up here. And what I've done is kind of taken everything apart to make room here. And this connection, I've got a piece of clear what do you call it? Shrink tape, shrink wrap, whatever, over the diagnostic port connection. But basically what I'm planning to do is down along this hole in the frame is I'm going to run all of the connections for the bike, all the lights, etc., down through here. And when I do that, see if I can get this one-handed, it's a little bit tricky. What I'm going to end up with is literally this sitting next to the backrest, and all the connections kind of out of the way, run behind the battery and around either side, depending on which lights I'm running. Right now I've got a single harness run, which will come in underneath. It's going up the backbone here, and this is going to feed this set of Denali D4's that I've got mounted on P-mounts on the front of the bike. You can see the cables are taped together right there in the back, and I've got them run up and through the fairing lowers on both sides. I don't love the way that looks, but I don't really want to drill into the crash bar and then worry about rust or anything like that. So I just, there's one bolt, you can kind of see it behind here. It's the one, actually, let's see if I can get a picture of that. It's the one in the back on the right. And basically you take that off, and these covers just kind of wiggle off. And I got the wire run. See it coming out right there on top. And then again, there's the two leads. So I'm gonna run those over to that harness. The harness is kind of hanging out on this side. See if you can get that. You can see it sticking down right there with the two open ends. And again, it goes into the wiring backbone. And then I'm kind of thinking this is going to be the best spot. The only thing I had to do is to get the diagnostic port cable run. I had to disconnect that small cable that you see there with the shrink wrap on it, and come in from the other side. Basically, there's a spot on the Harley, at least on my Harley, that there's nothing in this spot under the side cover. Oh, it looks like there could be. It's got a little clasp on it. You can see it right here. But basically fish this through, and then this will come around and get connected to the diagnostic port just right here, and I should be good to go. I'll just kind of clean up these cables and wrap it up nice. But I think that's the spot. It's out of the way. I don't think it's going to get abraded at all, and it gives me access to the programming USB port right there on the top. Kind of just tucks out of the way. So that's the plan. I'll come back and throw a picture of it up when it's done. Thanks. Alright, so we're back again. Got the backbone cover back on. You can see the harness wire coming out here. Runs underneath, comes down, runs along the side under this bracket, and then beneath this hole it's connected on this, in this case, to circuit 2. And this looks like it's going to fit pretty well. This is out of the way. You can see the diagnostic LED blinking, so that gives me pretty good access. And you turn the bike on and get the lights going. You'll see pretty stinking bright. I got an issue right now where the high beams are making it making the lower lights go off, and I'm guessing that it might have to do with the battery voltage, and it might just see that extra draw as being too much, just sitting here not running. So hopefully the voltage up a little bit. I'll test that again, and we'll see those working. But so far so good. It's coming along pretty well. I'm just going to get a close-up here of the P-mounts that I have these on. You can kind of see they wrap around just underneath. And see if I can get a better shot there. So I'm pretty happy. Again, we'll see how this works once everything's up. But I've kind of buttoned everything up here. This I don't know if anybody else does this, but I've got these two leads coming off the battery, and I've got a Noco quick connector between them. Kind of looks like this, two sides. And basically what I did is I put a fused end off the battery. I put then the quick connect, and then off the other side a set of these lever lock connectors. So pretty much have a direct battery connection here that I can use for whatever. In my case, I've got a power port in the tank console that I use for my heated gear. But it just gives you kind of a nice quick way to get wires on and off, and then if I'm working on the bike, I can pull the quick connect, and I've got, you know, these kind of unpowered at that point. So alright, so this is the final video here on the CanSmart combined with the Denali D4's on my 2016 Road Glide. These things are beasts. I'll throw the bike on here and try and give you a sense of how friggin' bright those things are. They are just incredible. They still have to be aimed. I'm thinking they're a little high just based on what I see. But then when I flip the high beam on, actually that's the wrong button. You can see that they you can change the dim level. I think they're 80 and 100 right now. But this bike certainly going to throw some more light down the road. Very happy with it. The only trick was I had to go into the software and make sure to turn off 3-wire mode on the LEDs. The LEDs typically would trigger off the high beam in order to brighten, but in this configuration, they're connected to the CAN bus on the diagnostic port here, and that trigger eliminates that need, and instead the controller sends a data signal down the power lead to the lights to instruct them to change their dim level. So that wasn't working. When I powered up the bike the first time, lights came on, I hit the high beams, and they briefly went to full power and then shut off. And then when I put the high beams off, they didn't come back. They stayed off. So called up Denali. They suggested I plug in and just make sure the firmware was updated, and then once I realized that the 3-wire option was on, I just turned it off, and that's it. Everything's been working fine. So gonna finish putting the bike back together. Tank's on, wiring harnesses are all cleaned up. I did a little bit of cleaning through a coat of wax underneath the back seat, so we're good to go. And if you have any questions or comments, please throw them below, and I'll try to address them for you. Have a good one.